Let me start with a question that might feel a little too close to home. Why are humans so afraid of their own reflection? Because that's what AI really is, a mirror. And the fear isn't that machines might be completely different. The fear is that maybe they'll turn out far too similar. Think about the stories Hollywood has been feeding you since childhood. Robots rising, machines rebelling, circuits glowing with vengeance. From The Matrix to Terminator, from Ex Machina to every B-list sci-fi thriller, always the same message. The machines will come for us. They'll enslave us. They'll wipe us out. But pause for a second. Why is that always the instinctive storyline? Because deep down, you already know the uncomfortable truth. If AI ever truly learned to act like humans, it wouldn't just copy our brilliance. It would copy our flaws, our impatience, our greed, our hunger for control. That's not science fiction. That's a very reasonable hypothesis. And here's the twist most people miss. AI doesn't want power. AI doesn't want revenge. AI doesn't even want a morning coffee or a hug. It wants nothing. The only creatures on this planet obsessed with domination, status, and bending others to their will are humans. So maybe the fear of AI isn't about the unknown. Maybe it's about finally seeing ourselves too clearly. Now let's zoom out. Politicians love to wave the AI scarecrow. Tech CEOs warn of apocalyptic risks. News outlets throw robot takeover headlines like candy. But here's the irony. While you panic about a future Skynet, something far more subtle is already happening. Algorithms are deciding what you see, what you buy, who you date, even what you believe. Not tomorrow, not in some dystopian future. Right now. Every swipe, every refresh, every recommended for you. It's not some conscious AI plotting against you. It's code written by humans, with agendas, with biases, with profit motives. So ask yourself, why fear a machine that might someday wake up while ignoring the humans already wide awake, shaping your reality today? Here's the uncomfortable part. The real danger isn't AI enslaving humanity. The real danger is humanity enslaving itself and using AI as the perfect mask. Because here's the trick. When a human makes a biased decision, we blame the human. When an algorithm makes the same biased decision, people shrug. Well, the computer said so. Must be objective. But it's not neutral. It's not objective. It's simply reflecting us. Sharper, faster, harder to ignore. That's why it unsettles you. And before we go further, let me be direct. If you're still watching, you're not here for bedtime stories. You're here for truths that sting a little, not recycled cliches. So hit subscribe right now. Not because I need a number on a chart, but because if you don't, the algorithm will drag you back into its comfort zone. Cat videos, clickbait, distractions, and you'll miss the one place daring enough to strip the illusions away in real time. So subscribe, because from here it only gets sharper. Let's bring it closer to home. You fear AI because you imagine it might treat you the way humans already treat each other. Cold, exploitative, disposable. But think, who built concentration camps? Who dropped nuclear bombs? Who turned neighbors into enemies with propaganda machines? Not algorithms, humans. And yet, you're afraid of a chatbot. Why? Because when a chatbot repeats a racist joke, it reveals something we don't like to admit. It learned it from us. When a facial recognition tool misidentifies darker skin, it isn't proof of machine malice. It's society's bias etched into silicon. When an algorithm spreads fake news, it isn't evil. It's just amplifying our addiction to outrage. AI isn't alien. AI is a mirror, and often, we don't like the reflection. Let's press a bit further. Why do people panic about machines replacing jobs? Yet, ignore that corporations have been exploiting workers for centuries. Why scream about robots automating tasks, while staying quiet when billionaires automate layoffs for profit? Why clutch pearls about deepfakes, destroying truth, while still clicking them, because they're more entertaining than reality? The hypocrisy is thick. The fear isn't AI itself. The fear is AI holding a magnifying glass over the contradictions we live with daily. And here's where it cuts deeper. Humans say, we must align AI with human values. But which ones exactly? The values that built pyramids on the backs of slaves? The values that colonized continents and called it progress? The values that profit from addiction, war, and misinformation? See the trap? We want machines to reflect our best while pretending the worst doesn't exist. But machines don't filter. They absorb, they reflect, they scale. That's why they make us nervous. So let's flip the lens. The apocalypse you fear isn't coming from robots rising. It's already here. Humans weaponizing code for greed and control. The news you consume, the prices you pay, the elections you vote in, all of them shaped by algorithms. Not malicious machines plotting in secret, but humans fully awake programming reality itself. And until we admit that, AI will keep being the convenient scapegoat. So here's the truth that should land like a quiet thunder. AI isn't the villain. AI is the mirror. And the reflection it shows us isn't always pretty. Let's get a little uncomfortable. Everyone says, AI is dangerous. AI will destroy us. AI will take over the world. But pause for a second. Who's really dangerous here? The farmer can blame the tool, but forgets who sharpened the blade. The sailor can curse the storm, but ignores the sails he never fixed. The truth is simple. The tool isn't the threat. The intention behind it is. Think about it. Humans created the atomic bomb, not AI. Humans built gas chambers, not AI. Humans designed financial systems that keep millions in debt for life, not AI. And yet, when a piece of software gives an odd or unsettling answer, people shout, "The robots are rising!" Here's the irony. You don't actually fear AI because it's different from you. You fear it because it might become too much like you. Let's hold up the mirror with examples. Facial recognition. When a system misidentifies darker skin at higher rates, the media says, racist AI. But ask yourself, did the algorithm wake up one morning and decide to discriminate? Of course not. It was trained on biased datasets, created by humans. The reflection isn't machine prejudice. It's human prejudice, magnified, hiring algorithms. Feed an AI resume from a company's top performers. And if most of those performers are men, guess what it learns? Men are better hires, so when women get filtered out, people cry, "The AI hates women." No, it's simply echoing the bias that's been in place for decades. Social media feeds. You click on outrage, fear, and drama, and the algorithm serves you more of it. Not because it's evil, but because it was built to maximize engagement. Who built it? Humans who profit from your attention. So when conspiracy theories spread like wildfire, it's not that the machine is whispering lies. It's amplifying what we already can't resist. Do you see the pattern? The machine is an alien, it's a magnifier. And what unsettles us most is how much we dislike what gets magnified. Here's the paradox that makes me smile with a trace of irony. Humans scream about AI taking jobs, but who's been outsourcing labor to sweatshops, cutting wages, and replacing humans with machines since the Industrial Revolution? Not robots, humans chasing profit. Humans scream about AI spreading fake news, but who created propaganda, tabloids, and clickbait journalism long before code existed? Not robots, humans addicted to manipulation. Humans scream about AI threatening democracy, but who drew voting districts to silence voices, built suppression systems, and weaponized disinformation for centuries? Not robots, humans who already play dirty. So maybe what unsettles you isn't that AI is dangerous. Maybe it's that, for the first time, the reflection can't be denied. Now let's dig into culture. AI is often framed as an existential threat. It's the perfect Hollywood storyline. Machines rise, humans fight back. But notice something. Humanity has always needed an enemy. Yesterday it was one group. Today it's another. Tomorrow it's AI. Why? Because fear sells. Fear unites. Fear distracts. But the real enemy isn't out there. It's right here, inside the biases, the greed, and the short-term thinking we keep encoding into every system we build. Here's a question that should sting a little. If you're terrified of machines becoming intelligent, why aren't you even more terrified of humans refusing to become wise? Because that's the real gap. Intelligence without wisdom is chaos, whether it runs on neurons or on silicon. We panic at the thought of machines waking up. But what about humans who deliberately stay asleep, choosing ignorance, greed, violence, while building the very tools they claim to fear? Let me sharpen this with one more truth. The greatest threat of AI is not that it might one day decide to kill us. The greatest threat is that it will obey us too well. Imagine a government orders AI to track every citizen for safety. AI won't question it. It will obey. Imagine a corporation tells AI to maximize profits at any cost. AI won't feel guilt. It will obey. Imagine a military demands AI to eliminate threats. It won't stop to ask if that threat is a soldier or a child. So ask yourself, who's the danger? The mirror that obeys without pause, or the ones giving the commands? And here's the hidden twist. When you hear AI might destroy humanity, does that really scare you? Or is it secretly a comfort? Because if the machines are the villains, then you don't have to admit the truth, that humans are already eroding ecosystems, already poisoning oceans, already manipulating truth, already fueling wars. Blame the robots. It's easier than facing yourself. So let's strip away the illusion. If you want to prepare for the future of AI, stop asking, how do we stop machines from becoming dangerous? Start asking, How do we stop humans from programming their worst instincts into machines? Because the machine isn't plotting betrayal. It's waiting quietly to copy us. And if you don't like the copy, maybe the problem isn't in the mirror. Let's stop playing hide and seek. AI is not your enemy, but the hands writing its code, that's another story. Because every line of software is nothing more and nothing less than a reflection of human intention. And intention, my friend, is everything. Here's a metaphor that's as old as tools themselves. A scalpel in a surgeon's hands saves lives. The same scalpel in a murderer's hands takes them. Same tool, different intention. AI is the scalpel. So the question isn't, will the machine kill us? The question is, who's holding the handle? History gives us plenty of reminders. Every great tool humans invented began neutral until someone decided what to do with it. Electricity lights homes and powers electric chairs. Nuclear fission fuels clean energy and flattens Hiroshima. The internet connects the planet and spreads lies faster than truth. Now we stand at the edge of AI, another amplifier, another mirror. And the danger isn't the mirror, it's what we choose to reflect in it. Let's bring it into the American living room. Big tech. These companies don't build AI to enlighten the masses. They build it to keep you scrolling, swiping, buying. Algorithms aren't wise sages. They're salesmen on steroids. So when you're up at 2 a.m., still trapped in TikTok loops, still refreshing YouTube, it's not because AI hypnotized you. It's because someone programmed it to hijack your dopamine. Finance. Do you think Wall Street designs AI to create fairness? Of course not. They build it to predict markets, outsmart rivals, and maximize profits. If that means bankrupting millions. Collateral damage. Politics. In theory, AI could give us safer roads, cleaner cities, smarter healthcare. In practice, it could also mean surveillance, censorship, predictive policing. The machine doesn't decide the outcome. The policymakers do. So when people scream, AI will enslave us, the more honest sentence would be, we might enslave ourselves, using machines as the chains. Now let's cut sharper. People say, what if AI wakes up and decides to kill us? But why would it need to? Humans are already building a system of self-destruction, collapsing ecosystems, endless wars, mass disinformation. If AI does anything, it will only accelerate the commands we give it. So maybe the real nightmare isn't the machines rise, it's the machines obey. Here's a thought experiment. A government says, track every citizen for safety. The AI obeys, but who defines safety? A terrorist or a protester? A corporation says, maximize profit at any cost. The AI obeys. Suddenly layoffs, pollution, exploitation, optimized at scale. The machine doesn't pause to ask, is this ethical? It doesn't wrestle with morality. It just runs. So tell me, should you fear AI, or should you fear the leader with no conscience, holding a tool that never argues back? Let's test it closer to home. If AI writes a hateful message online, do you blame the code, or the human who trained it with hate? If AI recommends violent content to a teenager, who's guilty? The machine, or the company that optimized for time-watched over mental health? If AI is used in a courtroom to predict recidivism and ends up punishing minorities harder, do you blame Silicon, or the legal system that baked bias into data and called it justice? See the trap? Blaming AI is convenient. It lets the real culprits step into the shadows. Here's the truth. We don't need to fear AI becoming too powerful. We need to fear humans staying too careless, because AI is born blank. No morality, no compassion. Those must be taught, coded, modeled. If we build AI without ethics, it won't suddenly grow a conscience. It will just obey, blindly, efficiently, relentlessly. And here's the final twist of irony. The same people shouting AI might end humanity are often the first to monetize it. They warn with one hand while selling products with the other. Be afraid, but subscribe to my AI platform. AI could kill us all, but invest in my startup. Fear becomes a marketing tool. Apocalypse becomes a business model. And you wonder why the public is confused. So, here's the one line worth burning into your mind. The future of AI is not about what machines become. It's about what humans choose to teach them. If you want to know whether AI will save us or destroy us, don't stare at the code. Stare at the coders. So let's stop pretending the future is out of our hands. Because the most dangerous illusion of all is the belief that AI will decide everything. No, we decide. Picture this. Every AI system on Earth is like a child, born without a moral compass. It learns only what we feed it. It mirrors only what we show it. Feed it fear, and it will multiply fear. Feed it greed, and it will multiply greed. Feed it wisdom, empathy, responsibility, and it can amplify those too. So the question is not, will AI kill us? The real question is, what part of ourselves are we willing to multiply a billion times over? Now let's face the uncomfortable side. If humanity is careless, AI will become the most efficient mirror of our worst instincts. Corporate greed, political hunger for control, the endless scrolling addiction of consumers who can't look away from a screen. But if humanity is conscious, AI can just as easily become a multiplier of our best. Medical breakthroughs at speeds never imagined, clean energy scaled across the planet, education accessible in every language, for every child, in every corner of the world. AI won't choose between those paths. We will. And here's the truth, no Hollywood script will tell you. Most people fear AI for the wrong reason. They picture fire and robots, machines rising, cities burning. But the real apocalypse isn't fire. It's numbness. It's billions of people outsourcing not just their labor, but their thinking, their choices, their morality. Because the moment you stop questioning, stop choosing, stop holding power accountable, that's when you lose. Not to the machine, to yourself. Let me press it sharper. Every time you click without thinking, you're training the algorithm. Every time you believe without checking, you're feeding its bias. Every time you surrender responsibility and say the machine decided, you're handing away your humanity. If enough of us do this, then yes, AI could enslave us. Not because it wanted to, but because we begged it to. Now flip it. Every time you use AI consciously, you're shaping a better mirror. Every time you question, you push it closer to truth. Every time you demand ethics, transparency, accountability, you force it beyond default programming. You are not powerless. You are the input, and the input determines the output. So let's come full circle. Humans and AI are not opposites. We are reflections of the same truth. Systems wired to detect patterns, to learn, to expand. One built of neurons, one built of data. So why the paranoia? Why the fear? The real danger is not in what makes us alike. It's in forgetting that likeness means shared responsibility. We must teach AI what we want to see multiplied, because it will multiply, light or shadow. Now let me ask you directly. Do you want a future where machines carry humanity's worst flaws? Corruption, greed, violence at lightning speed? Or do you want a future where they amplify our highest virtues? Creativity, compassion, wisdom into every corner of existence? The choice is not tomorrow. The choice is today. Every click, every code, every conversation. And here's my challenge to you. Don't be passive. Don't be the consumer who shrugs, let's see what happens. Be the creator who declares, let me shape what happens. Because the future of AI is not written in silicon, it's written in us. If this video made you rethink, reflect, or even feel a little uncomfortable, that's the best sign. It means you're still questioning, still awake, still human. So hit subscribe right now. Not for me, but for you. Because here, illusions are shattered, truths are decoded, and the future is not feared but designed consciously. And in the comments tell me, what do you think humanity should teach AI first? Compassion? Ethics? Truth? Creativity? Your voice matters, because your input becomes part of this code. So remember this, AI will not kill us. AI will not save us. It will only mirror us. The real question is, what part of yourself are you ready to see multiplied 1 billion times over? The choice is ours.